mojo back? What's been the secret the last few weeks for you guys?
Yeah, we're certainly playing more consistent, Joe. I think that's what everyone's looking for in the competition, the consistency throughout quarters. And we obviously had a patch there where we didn't play our best footy, but we always felt at some point it'll turn. And really, it starts at training, your behaviours that you practice, and that should flow on eventually. And we feel like it has. We didn't feel like, we were well beaten in the Carlton game, but you have to have a swing in that last quarter, so you change a few things around, and the scoreboard doesn't necessarily reflect the entirety of the game. And the last 3 weeks has been really promising. So the challenge for us is to maintain that, and it's a big challenge against an informed Western Bulldogs side this week.
From the outside, we've seen there's been a few little changes. Stewart through the midfield, Tony in the ruck, bring Manor in, and he plays some good footy, and Neil up forward. Has it felt like you guys have changed much to get better results?
There's a little bit of personnel. Obviously, Lawson is a piece of that as well. And it's been terrific to see how well he's slotted into that back six. So there's been a bit of personnel, but I think by and large it's been just some tweaking across the whole ground, winning of critical contests, and halving of others. So that plays an important role. And playing the footy or the game in your forward half has never been more important in today's game. Maintaining the flow in your game style over the oppositions and playing that for longer periods is important. It's a game of ebbs and flows. It's never been more so, I don't think. So the more we can do that helps. Personnel has a bit to do with it, but I think it's more of a collective piece.
Just on your body, how are you feeling at the moment? And you feel like you're set up well for running to set down?
Yeah, definitely. I think I was chatting with Pendles post-game, like the key to consistency quite clearly is playing, is training, is being out there. And that bulletproofs a lot of what you do. So for me, sort of 4 games in, starting to feel not totally safe and secure in terms of having the game slow down around you, but you certainly feel like the consistency helps with just being able to impact consistently and in big moments, I suppose.
What do you see as the biggest threat from the doggies? Because obviously, you get these curveball results run over Carlton on the weekend when they probably wouldn't back them to do that. So how do you see that?
Yeah, they rebound really well from half back. They move the ball incredibly fast from there. So that's first and foremost. That's a big piece of what they do. And then they've got, arguably the best player in the competition in Marcus Bontempelli, and there's a few others around him that are pretty good as well. So they're a really well-rounded side, even though they've got some players out. So we've got to be mindful of taking away their game and playing the game on our terms, and they're obviously trying to do the opposite. So it promises to be a good game.
The kit, how do you feel wearing the kit?
Yeah, it's pretty special, taking us back to 1924, and obviously there's a huge amount of history there with Kaji Greaves and what he means to our club and more broadly to the competition. So it's something special. It's something that we've done for a while now, and we think it honours the past heritage of the club. As a player, you love running around in a Guernsey that once upon a time was rolling around Kittinger Park. So it's something that our guys really embrace, and the club's embraced, and I think the supporters of the Cats enjoy as well.
Hoping 21-16 pulling out at Patrick Dangerfield?
Well, maybe. You never know, Kingy. You and I will not be around for that, either will anyone else, so who knows.
Just on Tom in the midfield, you've seen it up close in game and obviously training as well. How do you think he's adjusted to that? I know he's done a little bit of it before, but the last couple of games, how have you seen it?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, I mean, he's ruthless. He's a fierce competitor, and if you only have that, then you're going to be half okay. Now he matches that with a wonderful understanding of the game, a great skill set overhead. He's obviously brilliant over ground balls. So, and he's one of the best players in the competition, regardless of where you put him. Obviously one of the best defenders of his generation. So, he's capable in any part of the ground, and we need to shore up, that side of how we're playing, and he's certainly provided that for us.
It is quite remarkable to take it 5-time All-Australian defender
Yeah, I mean, it speaks to Tom though, and the person he is, the competitor that he is. He'll do what's best for the team, regardless of the situation in game, week to week. You know, whatever is needed of him, he'll do. So, yeah, he's been terrific for us. He still sets up our defence really well. He pushes forward, so he's a hard matchup for opposition teams, which is quite clearly what we want.
Would you like him there for the rest of the season?
I think it's a horses for courses thing. I mean, you want him. If you ask our defenders, they want him in defence. You ask our mids, they want him in the midfield. So I want him where he's most impactful for us, and that's going to change from game to game. That changes within the game.
Patrick, just the cohesion of the forward line over the last 3 weeks, it's obviously a work in progress without Tom there. We haven't seen that develop.
Well, it is. And that's exactly right. It's a work in progress. It's still not perfect, but it's improving. You know, Shannon's provided a really good target as a young, up-and-coming key forward. And he's just got to keep embracing and attacking every contest. And sometimes you're going to cop a few whacks. He did on the weekend, obviously. But I feel like his form's been really impressive for us. Started the game exceptionally well, obviously. And I think he's got a lot to offer. And then you match that with the smalls that we've got down there. You know, obviously Tyson's having a wonderful season. We've got a lot of other players in that forwards you know, area that are playing good footy as well. And then, you know, Jez is arguably the best, or one of the best forwards in the game, and he's a handful for any defender.
How's Tom going in rehab? Can be frustrating?
Yeah, it can be. It can be. It can be a lonely place at times. But he's really positive. There's obviously a light at the end of the tunnel that isn't too far away. So I think that's where the sort of carrot lies, because it's not something that's, you know, months and months away. So yeah, he's a really positive person at the worst of times, let alone the best, let alone the in between. So he's a great person to have around the footy club, and we're confident that he'll get back in time for finals.